I came in at 8, leaving off the floor at 3, but we did that. Definitely was a good day. A Sunday at IHOP. I probably made like a little over, like 5, maybe. Like to be exact, maybe like 520. But we were short a server, and it's a Sunday. Busy.
Her top comment, server here of 35 years, number one rule is never tell the world how much you make. Server rule number 1. The creator responded, I broke the rule, gotta be on point, letting us all know how much they really make. Don't tell us. Next comment, do you have to tip out anyone? No, you tip yourself out at the end of the shift. Living abroad, I see service fees on some restaurants, and I speak about it now. Before I go into a restaurant, I actually ask them, do you have a service fee? And if they do, I don't patron those. And we'll get to those service fees in a minute. And tips abroad were never a thing. Foreigners traveling abroad brought that to other countries. Now other countries are starting that expectation.
Count my tips with me as working a bottle girl in Miami after 3 nights. I did 3 nights because I was waiting on my bottle commission. So let's start with the hundreds. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Okay. Then we've got our 20s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 4,000. 4, 6, 8, 10. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So are we at 5 or 6,000? I think that's 6, right? Was it 39 or no? 5,000. 2, 4, 6, 8. 5,200, and we're gonna say this is about 200 here-ish, maybe 250. So we're gonna say $5,400 for 3 days of working in bottle service in Miami. Thank you, love you.
And how many of you thought that IHOP $500 for one night was extreme?
So now fast food restaurants are charging us a service charge. Right here it says service charge. When my wife told me she got a service charge at the Chipotle's, I was like, what's a service charge? We're just paying for the employees' salaries now. So a service fee is for the staff.
I have no doubt there's going to be service workers in the comments to try to justify the fleecing of customers.
California fast food workers are now making $20. So here in New York, I guess they're doing the service fee. So I'm guessing now we got to pay for all our food and pay for their wages.
You know what the worst thing is after a wonderful night is when you get charged a kitchen fee, 4% kitchen fee. What the is that? Here we go again. So this happened again here in California in Santa Monica. Had a great night. We were celebrating. The food was great. We had no idea that so many things. So we ordered 2 shots of tequila, and we were like, oh, how's tequila? It's fine. We got charged $36 for 2 shots. What the F? And then not only that, that's like $18 a shot. Not to mention the kitchen fee, 4%. I mean, the food was good and all, but like, come on. Like, why do you do that? No one even informed us about this. And then as soon as a check arrives, they come with like the actual machine, and they make you like select the tip option right away. And the lowest tip option is 20%, 22%, 25%. I mean, that's okay. But like, If 20% is like the minimum you guys require on top of the 4% and the tax that you added on top of that,
I had to look that one up. It's a charge added to your bill to boost the wages of kitchen staff like cooks and dishwashers. Here's a piece of advice. If you want to open up a restaurant, you pay out of your profits. We are not here to pay for your employees' health care and their wages.
All right, Vegas, here we go again. These hidden fees, I'm telling you. So if you haven't seen my last video, check it out. But this is proof right here. I literally got receipts. So this tourist right here comes to Vegas, goes to Hell's Kitchen, has a summer sampler right up there for $80. He gets his tax, 6 something, a tip already charged to him for almost $15, and then his total. And then they have the audacity to put down here, gratuity not included.
Many restaurants are adding an 18% living wage fee on top of the meal cost to cover staff payroll expenses. Now, this, I'm not sure where they're doing this, who's doing this, has this started happening yet? My question is this supposed to be instead of tips, or are you still supposed to tip on top of this? So this little section here, it says living wage fee of 18% added to each dine-in check. This fee goes directly to living staff payroll and provides a living wage to our team. If you choose to tip, tips are pooled amongst the entire team. It's a weird concept to me because now you're basically using the 18%, what would be tip or gratuity, whatever you want to call it. Now you're paying your entire staff with it. Is this going to change their hourly wage? Because a lot of servers in certain states only get $2.13 an hour. So is this going to be now like everybody who works at the restaurant only gets $2 an hour? And then you're relying on the 18% fee to pay everybody? Like, how is this going to work? And then it also says if you choose to tip, it's going to split between the entire team, which to me doesn't make sense, because if I'm tipping my server. That person did a really good job serving me, interacting with me, helping me out. They earned that tip.
If you choose to tip, this is your money, but these other added charges, they are just excessive beyond belief. Please, in the comments, if you have excessive charges that you've had on bills when it comes to restaurants, please be honest in the comments.
I am here to report another unexpected charge from a bill. This time it was a 4% health charge.
I've been seeing this on the receipts of restaurants all over San Diego. They're allowed to put it on there, but you can't be forced to pay it. If you ask them to take it off, they have to remove it. Also seen some places put a $2 water donation fee if you drink water. There's a new California law, SB 478, that's supposed to go into effect July 1st. That's supposed to block these junk fees, basically saying they're not allowed to advertise a lower fee and then tack off junk fees that you didn't know or expect, except for government taxes and government fees. So to me, that sounds like they're going to have to embed it into the price of food, and they won't be able to put these health care wellness 4% surcharges on our bills anymore. But have you seen that in other states besides California?
What is your individual breaking point when you say enough and just completely stop going to restaurants? What is the amount that you will have to pay?
Stop by any McDonald's in the city of Los Angeles, and after being asked, do you want fries with that? You might also be asked, do you want a bag with that? Well, I'm in the drive-thru, see the sign. There's a mandatory charge of 10 cents per bag. Dr. Katie Shakori experienced this at an LA McDonald's earlier this month. McDonald's was suddenly charging 10 cents per bag.
I truly believe McDonald's can double and triple its prices, and people will still continue to go and consider at that high point that it's elitism.
Please start paying attention to your restaurant receipt. There is an employee benefits fee on my receipt. That's not my responsibility. Pay attention.
I want to preface this by saying that I've worked in hospitality for 10 plus years, served tables, tended bar, you name it. I fully support tipping culture. Nothing against it at all, but I do believe that it's out of control. I do believe tipping culture is out of control. Now, T-Mobile Tuesdays just did a deal, buy one, get one free here at Pizza Hut. So I drove the 10 minutes to Pizza Hut right here, which I never come here, but get pizza for the kids on a Friday. Drive the 10 minutes, boom, 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 park the car, go walk in, and as I'm checking out, the machine asks me if I want to leave a tip, and I just don't feel good about that. It makes me uncomfortable. Am I the asshole? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm the only one. But listen, like, I'm all about tipping great service. All about tipping great service. But I just don't feel like it's justified there. I'm doing half the work. Delivery, absolutely. Yeah. Sitting at a table, absolutely. Being, sitting in a bar, absolutely. Valet, absolutely. I don't know. I just don't feel good about picking up food and leaving a tip. I just don't.
I 100% believe in people should go to restaurants. People who don't want to work their whole life and just stay at home, they want to enjoy their lives. But the extreme is just so far off.
I want y'all to look at this and tell me what you think. This dude went out to a restaurant. The bill was $704, right? The restaurant added a service charge of $108. I don't know what a service charge is. I don't know what that is. At first, I was thinking that it was something like a tip, to tip the server. But then this dude asks, is a $5 tip disrespectful or totally fair? You're not about to charge me $108 service fee and still get a tip. You're not getting a tip. What is a service charge? I'm sure there's somebody watching this who is either currently working or has worked in the food industry, in the restaurant industry. What's the service charge and how is it different from getting a tip? And why on the Lord's green earth is it $108? I'm sorry, but if I go out to eat and my bill is already $704, and then on top of that, you add $108 service charge, not only are you not getting a tip, but I'm stealing some silverware. I'm stealing some plates. I'm stealing something.
Hopefully he's being facetious. Don't steal. Don't steal for any reason. But do these restaurants really not understand why they're going out of business?
I was at a bar the other night and the door guy asked me for a tip on my cover charge. Like the $10 you pay to get into the bar, I put it on my debit card, and then he slides me the iPad and it's like, tips are appreciated. And it was auto set to 20, 22, and 25% tip on a cover charge. And like, listen, I get this guy makes no money, right? So if I were him, I'd probably be asking for tips too. But as a consumer, I cannot afford a 20% surcharge on every single aspect of my experience when I leave my house. And the other thing too, and I say this as a former bartender, former server, former Uber Lyft driver, and former Uber Eats driver. So like, I understand the importance of tip. Gen Z won't remember this, but like this idea that everyone deserves 20% for everything is very new, actually. When I was growing up, servers got 20% because they make $2 an hour. Everyone else, $1 a drink, basically. Baristas, $1 a drink. Bartenders, $1 a drink. And when I bartended, I would get $1 a drink and still make more tips than most of the servers. Like taxi drivers, $5, but it wasn't 20% of the fare. Hairdressers, $10, something. You know what I mean? But it's like now it's just 20%. It's crazy.
That actually makes sense. I didn't use my cerebral aptitude to even consider that. Is it that Gen Z doesn't even know how it used to be, so they just pay it because that is how it is now?
Where are we drawing the line where it comes to tipping? Because I swear tipping has gotten so out of control that everyone and everything wants a tip now. So my husband and I eat out once a week, right? And last week he was like, we should go to the buffet. And first of all, I have not been to a buffet in years. So I was like, okay, fine, let's go. We pull up. We walk in. And I don't know if all buffets are the same in the sense that you pay as soon as you walk in, right? So we paid, and sure enough, she turns the screen around and says, it's just gonna ask you a few questions. And it asked for a tip, and I was like, what are we? I literally spit water out of my mouth. I was like, what are we tipping for? We're standing here for you to charge us. We're gonna get this receipt, go find ourselves a table, and then put the receipt there so we know where to sit. And then we're gonna take our little selves to the food section, pick up a plate, serve ourselves food, get forks, get spoons, get little napkins, walk our little butt again to our table. What are we paying for? I'm so confused. I swear, dude, everywhere you go, a tip will be expected. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about generosity, but when it's forced generosity and literally everyone everywhere expects a tip, where are we drawing the line here?
A tip at a buffet, I really would like someone to have the audacity to justify this.
Okay, can someone please explain to me, like I'm a 5-year-old, why all of a sudden, everywhere I go and everything I purchase, someone is requesting a tip? I don't care. Just punch a couple buttons on the cash register, just swipe, tap, whatever. Literally doing nothing extra to help anyone and expecting a tip. That just blows my mind. And it's super frustrating because I just want to pay for what I got. Yeah, you didn't really help me. So not sure why you're expecting a tip. Anybody else super frustrated with that? I don't know. It could just be me. I just could be in one of those moods this week. I don't know.
The worst I've ever seen is styrofoam cup outside of a drive-thru window. I swear the next thing will probably be tip jars at the supermarket.
We're all aware that the American tipping culture is ridiculous, but it's even more ridiculous when you go to another country that doesn't require you to tip ever, and you see how incredible those people are living because they're actually paid livable wages, where it doesn't demand other people to make up for the fact that companies don't want to pay people. Here in Australia, you literally do not tip. Like, I get my nails done, don't tip. You go to a coffee shop, don't tip. You get served at a restaurant, you don't tip. Do you know why? Because the people make enough money that it's actually kind of disrespectful if you tip them.
I was in Japan for 3 weeks years ago, and it really is an insult to Japanese restaurants to tip. How are we so misaligned? In America, it's insulting if you don't tip.
I'm not sure what the just happened, but I went into a sandwich shop and I went up to the window, ordered the sandwich I wanted, which was a pre-built menu. It wasn't like I went down the line and you built the sandwich for me in front of me. I ordered and I got a drink and I went to pay for it, which I picked up at a different window. And I went to go pay and I pressed no on a tip and the transaction went through and she said, "You didn't tip me." I said, "I know. I know." And I was very kind, very polite. Right? She said, "Well, why not?" And I said, "Well, I ordered a sandwich and I'm getting it to go. There was, I didn't feel like there was a tip needed." She goes, "Well, everybody tips us." And she goes, "We're making your sandwich for you." And I said, "Isn't that what your hourly wage is for?" And I guess I was like dumbfounded just a little bit. And I still feel like I'm in shock and speechless just a little bit. But I am all for tips where it's deserved. Bartenders, servers, waitresses, your hairstylist sometimes, and however that works, and you're part of if it's built or you go to whatever. I am all for leaving a tip when it's a service job that you have given me a service for and an appropriate tip. But all I did was walk to the window, order, and take it with me. Why should I have been felt guilty to not have left a tip on an $8 sandwich that was on your menu? I don't know. I got to get over that one before I drive away.
Now, this is funny to me because you can see the moment that an individual has realized they've hit their breaking point with tipping.
Tipping culture is really sick. Because why am I at the airport just like getting something from one of these places where it's self-checkout, and after I bought my stuff, before I can even like wrap up my transaction, it's asking me for a 15 or 20% tip. Like, what? Like, y'all are, is honestly just disgusting. They're bugging.
That was all there was to this clip, but it looked like he just got fed up and walked out and laid the chips down for the machine even asking him for a tip.
Only if 8 comes in, I'm happy to take them. I usually love big parties because big parties means more people, more food, higher bill, more tip. Usually, not these people though, apparently. You know what they did? They racked up $300+ of food, and guess how much they tipped me? Comment down below your guesses. You guessed $10. You'd be correct. I'm sorry. In what world does me waiting on 8 people's every last need account to $10? Who just spent $300 on food? You're telling me you don't have a couple extra to throw me. And if they were super easy and super chill and super nice, like, I wouldn't be that mad about it. But they weren't. They were needy as annoying as messy as I literally made nothing at work tonight because they took up all my time. I couldn't get other tables, and then they gave me no money. I basically just worked an entire shift for nothing. I'm off. Everyone is always like, oh, aren't you scared that people are going to see these videos? I hope these people see this video. All of you.
Well, we all know what side of the fence she's on. Let me know in the comments what side you're on and why. Well, that's all I have for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves.
Don't wait to live your life.